Okay guys, welcome back. This is the first video on the 1983 V65 Magna in black. Still has all the dirt on her from sitting since 2009. And the first thing we're going to do, before we even talk about this motorcycle, we do a front dual piston brake calipers, but also dual brakes on the front. So what we're doing here, these were seized on the wheel, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna push these back in. They might need pulled apart and cleaned up, but for now all I want to do is push them back in. So what I've always done on old cars, when you don't have to turn these in, when they just go back, slide back and forth and you don't have to turn them, is grab a big vice clamp, C-clamp, and usually I don't have pads in here, but rather than loosen this bolt, because that's going to be hard to do without it mounted, because you have to loosen this bolt, pull this bracket off, slide these pins out from the other side, and then you can remove these pads. But for now, I just want to push these pistons back in, so I'm going to put the C-clamp on. If you don't want to scratch the housing, looks like there is some scratches on it already, but if you don't want to scratch that, put something over it, like I have a towel here, hopefully that helps, so that when you push these back with the clamp, you're not scratching up the paint. So I'm going to set this up, show you what I'm doing, and see if I can get these pushed back in. Maybe they just need freed up. Then I will change the fluid. And if they function well, great. I should probably take them apart and clean them, but we'll see what we got when we push them in. Well, it's a shame, guys. Looks like I'm gonna have to do this the right way. I have this thing torqued down pretty much, and if it was gonna work and come back out freely, this was gonna be pushed in by now. I can't really push this by hand, so all I would have to do is grab an extender bar and maybe be able to turn it, but if it's not coming out, it must be rusted fast. So it'd be a worse idea to push that junk into the bore and scratch it up and not be able to get it back out than to actually take it out and do it right. So that's what we're gonna do. I will take this caliper off and do it the correct way. So basically what we're gonna do, what I showed you before, I'll put this in a vise. I can take that off, take the pads out, and then pull these guys out. I don't know that pushing on the, I might try it. If I take the pads off, I might try pushing it out with the brake, actual brake fluid, but chances are they're stuck in there. So I'll try and keep you up to date on what I'm doing and what worked for this bike. So both of them are this way, so I'm guessing we're gonna have to do both of them. It's the best thing to do. You don't want to have your brakes fail when you're riding it. So anyway, other than hooking up some power to this thing, maybe I'll throw a charger on the battery, see if the battery takes a charge. It's over 10 years old, so probably not, but hey, it's worth a shot. Well, of course we moved off from the brakes. We'll worry about that later, and it got dark. But I pulled the battery out. You have to unplug the stator cables, and another cable goes in there. And then you have to unbolt this 10mm bolt, and then your regulator rectifier and this bracket goes down, and then you can pull your battery out of the passenger side, which it looks like it might need some fluid. At the current moment, I hooked up positive and negative charging cables here, and we can look down here and see that it is taking a charge. Not a whole lot of charge, but let's see, just with that amount of power, I'm not going to try and start it. Let's see if we have any power to the bike. Oh, wow, look at that. Everything's lit up. We have neutral, all the warning lights. Looks like, let's go around the front here. We have turn signals, headlights. I guess they're marking lights at this point. Okay, not enough. Yeah, not enough power to run those. High and low beam do work. And yeah, we'll let the battery charge here a little bit. And at least we see what we have here. So I don't see anything smoking. So I'm happy with that. That's plenty. Let's check brake light. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, this light is on very dimly, but it does not have enough power to actually, I can hear it, but we're gonna turn that off, let it charge, see what the battery will do for us. I doubt a battery that's over 10 years old is any good, but we'll charge it up and see if she'll give us anything. Alright, that's it for tonight. I don't think this one's going to take a lot to get running, so hopefully maybe we'll jump on this one. Skip over some bikes and keep working on the other ones, but while we're waiting for parts, get this one on the road. Alright guys, sad dog's calling. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.